Hello Aluxers, and welcome back to this week's Sunday motivational video, and today we're breaking down your mindset. Your mindset is made up of all the established beliefs and attitudes you default to internally. A change in mindset is one of the hardest things to achieve, mostly because you spend your entire life up to this point drilling into your brain the most often false beliefs your parents, your community, or your friends have told you are true. This doesn't mean that if you repeat this mantra 3 times in the morning, you'll suddenly get rich, get the partner of your dreams, and your life will be abundant. You're not going to attract things into your life just by sending your desires out into the universe. That's bullshit and you know it. A change in mindset only works if it's backed by a change in actions. If not, you're just a person who lies to themselves and knows it. Sorry to be this blunt, but if we're gonna talk mindset, we have to do it right. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Number 1, from I have to do this to I get to do this. Personally, this was a click that changed it for us. Going about it from a perspective of gratitude and empathy has been a big attitude shift. You get to do what you do for a living. This is a privilege. You get to work on this project. The more honest you are with yourself, the more you realize just how easy you actually have it, and you still find reasons to complain about it. If you feel like your life is hard, zoom out. The things you're supposed to do that you've been putting off because you're lazy, you get to do that, and life will change for the better if you do. Once you start doing it from this perspective, you'll find it wasn't actually as hard as you made it out to be. Number 2, from life is hard to life can be easy and exciting. Our parents instilled in us this idea that life is hard and you need to work hard if you want to make something of yourself. For them, all they had to do was take the punches long enough, put up with the hard work, and they got their reward. It's only half right though. Take the discipline from your parents, but focus it on exponential growth. If hard work was all it took to be successful, the richest people in the world would be oil rig workers. Whatever it is that you do for a living, there's a smarter and easier way for you to do it. Somebody figured it out already, and all you have to do is find them and see how they did it. Here's what people get wrong the most. It's supposed to be hard in the beginning, but if it's still hard after a while, you're doing it wrong. This applies to everything in your life. The moment you begin changing the way you do things, life gets easier and more exciting than ever before. Number 3, from I will never to how can I? This is one of those declaration beliefs people guide their lives on. I will never be rich. I could never afford that. I will never get that part. Well, you won't, and that's the truth. You want to know what the biggest asymmetric upside in life is? Take action when everyone else does not. Just freaking show up for the audition. Just send the email. Just put that first foot in front of the other. It'll get you closer to the goal. The problem with thinking in definite ways is it doesn't leave you any room for movement. If you're already established that something is not going to happen, then there's no interest to even try. The moment you switch to the how can I make this happen attitude, things suddenly open up to identifying a plan that could make it a reality. Average people have wishes. Successful people have plans. Start planning. Number 4, from I need to know everything to I just need to start. This is why most people never do anything. They say, it's just not the right time. I never got around to doing it. If only the opportunity would present itself. The truth is, they're waiting for some external force to align all the planets for them, turn all the traffic lights green, and if possible, drive them to their destination. Only 3% of the population takes action on their goals. Everyone else chooses to settle for mediocrity. The biggest difference between those who win and everyone else is that the first ones chose to play the game in the first place. Number 5, from wanting something to figuring out why you want something. You know Simon Sinek's TED Talk on why. We don't need to get into that, but it might be a good time to rewatch it after this video. We call this the rule of 3 whys minimum. Here's how it goes. At the core of everything you do, there is a deep reason, and here's how the process to finding it works. Let's say you want a Ferrari. So you ask yourself, why do I want a Ferrari? Answer, because I want to feel successful. The second why do I want to feel successful? Answer, because I want people to see how well I'm doing. The third why. Why do I want people to know how well I'm doing? The last answer? Because deep down, I'm looking for the approval of others in order to make myself feel good. Holy crap, you see, from the third why onward, shit's getting real. You can, of course, go deeper than that, and most therapists will gladly help you uncover more. But the more time you spend questioning the reasons why you want things, the more you'll get to know yourself and what actually drives you. Knowing why you want anything is a game changer in terms of life strategy. It completely changes the way you go about your goals, and it alters your decision-making process in the best way possible. It works wonders on an individual level. Do this exercise yourself and see where you end up by the fifth why. And if you're smart, you can flip this and use it for your business. If you haven't read Sinek's Start With Why book, we strongly recommend you do. There's a link to it in the description, but it's even better as an audiobook. Matter of fact, if you go to alux.com/freebook and sign up today, you can get Start With Why as an audiobook for free thanks to our friends at Audible, who are kind enough to support our community. That's free knowledge. Go to alux.com/freebook and get it. Number 6. From everything is fixed to everything is negotiable or flexible. If we learned anything in these past few decades, is that life is as you make it to be. The problem with people thinking destiny is pre-written is it takes away all the fun in being alive. It also shifts the responsibility from the individual onto the universe. Think about it. You can send an email today and quit your job, and your entire life will take a complete turn. At any moment, your life can radically change if you decide to do it. It's scary, isn't it, to know just how powerful you are and how you can alter reality at your whim. Reality is negotiable has been a fundamental mental model for us, so we negotiated our way into an incredible life. Negotiate money, negotiate life, negotiate love, negotiate everything. Fight for the things you want and don't settle for the first thing the world puts in front of you. When people close a door on you, you can still get them to open it and let you in. That's what doors are for. Give them a reason to open the door for you. It's up to you to negotiate it. Number 7. From another obstacle to another challenge to see if I really want it. Building our companies, we were under a tremendous amount of stress. We still are, but at least now it's willingly. Every time something bad happens or an obstacle kept us from moving forward, we used to think that this is it, we're done, there's too much difficulty for us to overcome. But then we realized everyone else who's trying to build something goes through similar processes. This is a challenge to see if you really want it or you're just a pretender. Obstacles are life's way of figuring out who deserves the reward at the end and who doesn't. You're out there building and you hit a roadblock, so you have to make a decision. Do you really want it, or are you ready to call it quits? Because if you really want it, you'll find a way to solve this. If not, you'll use the obstacle as an excuse on why things didn't work out. Being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional. You determine how this story ends because it's your story, so choose wisely. Number 8. From things happen to me to I make things happen. A big mindset shift is when you switch from a victim mentality to a master of the universe mentality. As long as you take ownership of what's happening in your life, you will be golden. You are responsible for everything happening in your life. If you want different outcomes, you have to take different actions. Be accountable. Take risks under your own name so that everyone knows what's happening to you is by choice. People like Grant Cardone, David Goggins, Jocko Willink, and every other motivational speaker out there have entire libraries yelling at you about this, so we'll leave that up to them. Number 9. Instead of defaulting to no, ask and wait for the answer. This one was fascinating for us to discover. For some reason, our entire generation defaults to no. Maybe it's because of the way we were all brought up. Parents didn't have much, so we didn't ask for much. Deep down, we knew the answer was already going to be no. Fast forward in life, and this behavior is plaguing an entire generation of now adults whose minds still default to no as an answer to things they want. Here's where the game changed for us. Don't be the person who always says no to yourself. Ask and let them say it. You'll find at least half of the time the answer will be a surprising yes. If you just realized your brain defaults to no, hit the like button so we know it's not just us. So roll that dice in your favor. Ask for a raise. Ask them on a date. Apply for that awesome job in Italy. Do the thing your brain tells you won't work out and stop defaulting to no. It's free and quite literally life-changing. Number 10. From I wish things were different to what's one small thing I can do today? We want you to repeat after us. I am what I do every day. Let's do it again. I am what I do every day. It'll hit you like a big bag of bricks when you realize that everything you have in your life right now is the result of your daily actions. There have been hundreds of books released in the past 5 years about daily habits and the impact they have on your life, because people are just now realizing how mechanical we are in our behavior. Find that one small thing that gets you the slightest percentage closer to your ideal scenario. You want that back pain to go away? Maybe get up 5 minutes earlier and do 5 minutes worth of stretches. That's it. Do it right now as you're watching this. Then do it tomorrow. It's a freaking 5 minutes. There's no way you can't do it. Add it to your daily behavior and it won't be long until you notice the improvements. We've read all the habit books out there and they're basically reiterating the same ideas over and over again. Focus on one thing only. Start small. Do it consistently and see what happens. If we were to recommend one book out of the bunch, we'd probably go with Atomic Habits. If you don't want to buy it yourself, use the alux.com/free book option, and if this is your first time signing up to Audible, you'll get it for free. It's a nice listen and it'll give you the gist of habit formation. Number 11. From sunk cost to let's start over. This is a big one for most people. I'm overly invested in this thing, it's too late for me now. Do you have any idea how many people are in their second year at med school or law school and realize they hate it and don't actually want to do this for the rest of their lives? The numbers are staggering, but do they quit? Nope. They push miserably forward in a profession that they despise just because someone in their inner circle pointed them that way, when they really wanted to pursue art. Aubrey de Graaff put it perfectly. Don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a lot of time making it. This idea of sunken cost is present throughout society, and the outcome is unfulfilled individuals and situations that they were too chicken to change and now are angry and miserable. Do you think the person yelling at you from behind the counter at the DMV is living their best life? Of course not. This wasn't their dream. They wanted to be a veterinarian and work with horses, but somebody offered them the stability of the job and now they hate it and are taking that hate out on you. Do it now. Check yourself. What are you doing right now just because you've sunk in too much time, money, and energy into it? Number 12. From this needs to be perfect to this needs to be done. Just get it done. There comes a point where a 1% improvement in the quality will require substantial resources. Your goal in life is to find that sweet spot where something is good enough to get the job done for the phase you find yourself in. A common misunderstanding is that life is set in stone, and once you release something out into the world, you can't improve upon it. This mindset shift worked incredibly well in the early days of Alux, and we still use it to this day. We stole the entire concept from the startup culture in Silicon Valley. It's called Build in Public. Our initial videos weren't as well edited as they are today, and our future videos will be better than they are now. The same applies to our website, to our branding, and the app we'll be launching soon. The first version that gets released won't be the final one. Install this as an alternate belief and your entire timeline changes. Number 13. From let me blend in to I want to be the best at this. This is the biggest difference in mindset between the very best and their peers. Jordan, Kobe, LeBron all had this inner drive of standing out, of going much further beyond what's required of them. That's how legends are born. But pay attention, because the moment you stand out, you become a much easier target for everyone else to focus on. They'll come after you for not falling in line with the crowd. But what's the alternative? Going through life as a faceless person, indistinguishable from the rest? If the game of Tetris taught us anything, it's that when you try to fit in, you disappear. Number 14. From it's either yes or no to there's always a creative option. Why does life have to be binary? It sure as hell ain't black and white, so why does everything have to be so duplicit? It ain't, but most people don't know it. Their basic programming is the equivalent of an if function. If this, then that. The problem is when the this isn't a perfect match, so they disregard the entire thing. You'll see this every time you have to work with the government. Their system allows for only one way to get things done, as inefficient as it may be. We've seen this over and over again in business as well. You'll see it in the folks who go, take it or leave it, thinking it's a strong negotiation tactic. Well, if I leave it, none of us get what we want, so there's gotta be a creative way to structure this, and there always is. It's just gonna take a little bit of effort. Ask yourself, what is the actual important thing you want to achieve, and what would be the easiest way for the other side to accommodate it? The creative way might work better, cost less, and be easier to implement for the both of you. Number 15. From it's impossible to if they did it, so can I. How can you say something is impossible when other people have done it? How can the sky be the limit when there are footprints on the moon? You hide behind the idea of impossibility. You only look at the outcome and ignore the process. Want to know why so few people are rich and successful? Because the poor try to emulate the result, not the process. If you want to be successful, don't buy a Ferrari knowing it's going to cripple you financially for life. Instead, figure out how to build a business that buys you the Ferrari instead. If someone else went there, then there's a path to getting there. Find out how they did it and try to emulate the process yourself. Do the same actions for long enough and you'll get the same results. Life is predictable in the best possible way. You're living in the most abundant period in history. The next 5 years are going to be filled with incredible opportunities in all sectors of life, and you're smart enough to be part of this change. Equip yourself with these changes in mindset and get yourself in a position to run when that door opens. Out of these 15, which of these mindset shifts has had the biggest impact on your life? Be part of the community and answer it in the comments. And for those of you, you already know what's about to happen, don't you? You get a bonus. Don't allow disturbances in your airspace for 6 months. This is about you, your future, and the future of your family. You need to be focused. You need to know precisely where you're going. You need to build your own trajectory to follow. There's a lot of noise in your orbit, a lot of shining objects, a lot of people sending you their energy and radio waves. For a brief period of time, put them all on hold. Put everything on hold. Put on the blinders and get laser-like focus. What can you achieve if you really, and we mean really, put all your efforts into it? What if you locked yourself in a room for 6 months and only pursued that one goal that could change all of the remaining years in your life? What if you came out after these 6 months with a body of work that would stand the test of time? 6 months, that's all it takes. 6 months of dedication, of hard work and focus. You can't allow anyone in your airspace because even the slightest impact could deviate you from your course. Here's why you can't allow deviations. Let us tell you a story. Experts in air navigation have a rule of thumb known as the 1 in 60 rule. It states that for every 1 degree a plane veers off its course, it misses its target destination by 1 mile for every 60 miles you fly. This means the further you travel, the further you are from your destination. If you're off course by just 1 degree, after 1 step, you'll miss your target by ½ centimeter or 0.2 inches. Doesn't sound like much, right? But after 100 yards, you'll be off course by 5.2 feet. Not huge, but noticeable. After a mile, you'll be off by 92.2 feet. 1 degree is starting to make a difference. If you veer off course by 1 degree flying around the equator, you'll land almost 500 miles. That's 800 kilometers off target. The moral of the story? Get your shit together, focus on what needs to happen in the next 6 months, and do whatever the hell you can to make it happen. The trade-off is simple. Eat shit for 6 months so you can eat caviar or whatever you want for the rest of your life. Your choice. If you pick the caviar, write it down below. We'll drop by and say hello to every one of you who writes the word caviar in the comments. Thank you for being a true Aluxer.